YouTube. Welcome back to our Win and Steal series here on Madden 25. We are the Carolina Panthers. If you are new to the channel, we are currently 2-0. The Panthers could only wish. We've had a really close game against the Saints, a division rival, in game one, where we scored a late touchdown to win, and then we absolutely handled the Chargers last week. So I'm only assuming that we are going to get all that back this week against the Raiders. Before we hop into the game, all right, we'll start at the top here. One of the big ones, Bijan Robinson gets traded from the Falcons to the Philadelphia Eagles. That should help shore up that Eagle backfield, give them another weapon. It's kind of a crazy one that ended up happening. And another big one was Byard got traded from the Bears to the Texans. And then another one, Tennessee, Willie Snead gets traded to the Jets. So that secondary gets even more scary. As we scrolled by, Minnesota had to send Christian Darrisaw to the Niners, who now have 390-plus tackles. So it'll be interesting to see what they do over there. And then the other big one is the Cowboys trade Zach Martin to the Saints. The Dolphins running back room kind of gets a little bit lighter. Raheem Mostert is traded to the Bills. Other than that, I will slowly scroll through here so you can see any other ones. There wasn't any really big ones that really happened. A lot of offensive linemen were traded this week. And again, that's just kind of the nature and the fun of it all. All right. Just a little quick behind the scenes thing, kind of. We're going to look at our player negotiations to see what type of players that we are going to keep. I haven't really decided how I want to handle this yet. If you just keep all your top end guys, and like in free agency, like how is that all going to work, or do you just do it like normal and it's just a free for all in free agency? The only issue is the cap space is off, so it could get a little dicey. So we have Chase Young, who doesn't want to be here. Deontay Johnson doesn't want to be here. Jordan Fuller wants to be here a little bit. Shaq Thompson doesn't really want to be here. He is 30 years old. Corbett doesn't want to be here. Hubbard doesn't want to be here. Xavier Rhodes doesn't want to be here. Terrence Marshall doesn't want to be here. Chase Young does a little bit. Tommy Tremble doesn't want to be here. Brady Christensen doesn't want to be here. Rashad Penny doesn't want to be here. So as you can see, there's a lot of players that aren't really interested in continuing to play for our organization, which, to be fair, doesn't really surprise me much. And I'm going to wait until like the very last second to be able to go in and offer them money. So, one last thing that we have to make sure to go do is make sure that our new starting quarterback is actually starting. And that brings me to showing our roster, which I should have done. I'm going to have to go and change a bunch of stuff, I bet. But anyway, so we have Justin Herbert, 87 overall superstar now. Bryce Young is kind of taking a back seat behind him. Leggett is hurt this week. Otherwise, he would be up here. So Terrence Marshall, a guy who doesn't really want to be here, needs to play a lot this week. So I also said that last week I was going to switch to a 3-4 defense because these two are guys to come off the edge. They're not bad, like sit back type of guys. And I want Terrence Wallace to be able to get a little bit of run as well. All right, we are here ready to hop into the All right, we are here ready to hop into the game. As you can see, bottom right, Raiders, 3 X Factors. Derwin James is now a Raider, Devontae Adams, and Max Crosby. And we don't have any. So overalls are the same, but they have better playmakers than we do on paper. All right, offense. Newly looking offense with that superstar in the backfield with Justin Herbert. Jonathan Brooks has been the catalyst of our offense so far here in the early going. And we're going to start with him. He's going to get stopped in the backfield. I thought there was a cutback lane, but closed up pretty quickly. So we're going to bring up 2nd and 11, losing 1 on first down. We're going to look at Thielen here. He's not going to be open, so we're going to go ahead and hit Marshall. Leggett is out with an injury. He got it in practice. So we're going to be looking at Marshall out there instead of Leggett today. In real life, Diontae Johnson no longer a Panther. He is a Baltimore Raven. He had the first game the other night, and I only watched the first half, but he only played like 2 snaps or something like that. So probably just getting him used to the playbook still and that type of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how he settles in as Herbert's going to throw a pick 6. Just gets ran over to make it worse. Good Lord. Bad start on mine. Jack Jones takes it back to the house for a pick 6. Offense back out on the field here after the turnover. It's man-to-man. Went with the motion. Doesn't matter. We're giving it to Jonathan Brooks. Left tackle can't stay on Spillane. This is not a great start. Not a great start at all. Thought it was going to be okay when we hit Terrence Marshall and he actually caught it in traffic a little bit. And that's another pick. Jack Jones again with a pick. Might have to go back to Bryce Young. Wow, what a horrendous start to this game here in Las Vegas. Already preparing myself to send one of our players to Las Vegas as they hit the rookie Brock Bowers in a vacated spot. I fell for the play action, which probably shouldn't with these guys, and then they run it right down our throats. It is going to be 14-0 Raiders. All right, well, not a great start for Herbert here in a Panthers uniform. 3 pass attempts, 2 picks. We haven't been able to get the ground game going, so we've been going to the pass more. As we get the first down of the game with Jonathan Brooks. We're going to get it out to Terrence Marshall. The second pick that we threw, we were trying to force it to Diontae Johnson. I said in the last episode that he's been kind of non-existent. Max Crosby with the sack just wasn't blocked. Non-existent in the offense, so I was going to try to force feed him, and obviously it's not going to work very well. Jonathan Brooks get out on his route, please. Justin Herbert with a ridiculous throw across his body. That was my read the entire time. I wasn't going anywhere else. With how this game has started, I'm going for this on fourth down. So going to get it out to Chuba Hubbard, who's going to go ahead and get the first down. Again, with just how this game has started, it just feels like that was a necessary go on 4th down. Jonathan Brooks finds a little bit of space now. Now we're starting to hum a little bit. We're starting to go a little bit. Is the mic. Jonathan Brooks gets stacked up again for no gain. His average is not going to be very great today, but. And looks like Terrence Marshall was hurt blocking there, so now we have Jonathan Mingo, who is also traded. And we can't connect on the screen. There is going to be a lot of room to run there. Yeah, Mingo was traded to the Cowboys, and they had accidentally double tapped. We're here. We're going for it. He was traded for more capital than D-Hop was, which is kind of crazy. Tommy Tremble destroys man coverage on that play. We get down to the 2-yard line. We're going to give it to Jonathan Brooks. He's going to fight into the end zone. Touchdown, Pipers. Touchdown, Panthers. All right, defense comes out on the field. Last time, 2 plays, 37 yards, touchdown for the Raiders. How did he catch that? But it was a short field, so I'm not entirely too worried about that particular drive and not being able to stop this Raiders offense. As we get a pretty quick stop there. They signed Hunt out of free agency. It's actually a really good pickup for them. Smart pickup. I do not like that. They run a draw to Alexander Madison, and that's going to be stopped short. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. They're going to have to punt. All right, first play here in the second quarter after the punt. Chuba Hubbard's going to get the ball. He's going to find space for about 4. Outside of the 2 interceptions, Herbert's looked pretty good. He's going to try to hit Jonathan Mingo out of the slot. I thought for sure that would be wide open just because of the blitz, but I was wrong, clearly. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 6. We're going to have to get it out to Jonathan Brooks. Is he going to be short? I don't think we got the first down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. That penalty is declined.
We're going to keep the trend of being aggressive against this Raiders defense. We feel like we can move the ball. We just had some unfortunate things go not our way early in the game here, so that's kind of where we're at. That was probably not the smartest time to go for it. I didn't realize we were that deep in our own end zone, but it ended up working out, and Jonathan Brooks is starting to heat up a little bit. We're starting to figure out that we're faster than the Raiders defense right now, so we're just trying to get to the outside of them and use that to our advantage. Max Crosby says, not this time. Makes a really good play there. It's a really good play. We're really not worried about like clock stuff right now, which typically I try to shorten games, but Chuba Hubbard is going to make the catch. He's going to be 4 yards short of the first down. We're really looking for Mingo here on the crosser. That's what we're going to get. He's going to be fast enough to get to the first down. The Panthers, man, they've drafted some pretty talented and fast receivers, and Marshall from LSU, Jonathan Mingo. I'm not really sure where he went to school, to be honest, but I mean, there's some they're pretty solid guys. They just haven't really developed into much. And again, everybody always talks about like how the quarterback doesn't develop in a system and it's like certain things, but it goes for all players for sure. As Jonathan Brooks continues to find his footing in this game, gets another first down. We're gonna go play action here and he got bumped not once but twice. That was gonna be wide open, but he got bumped twice. If I would have bumped them on like man-to-man coverage, that would have been a for sure penalty. And a rollout, we're just gonna get it out quickly to our backup tight end, Thomas. We have two really young tight ends too. I think Thomas is young, but him and Tremble, I like them both. Both of them are pretty quick, deep threat type guys. It feels like we got first down from the 10. We can't get a first down at the 1. I thought it was going to be 3rd and short, to be honest. That's why I came out in that run. And go back to the ground game with Jonathan Brooks, and he breaks the tackle from the safety and then just gets absolutely lit up. He's going to lay there for a little while. That's right, I forgot they took the zig route out of Madden for some reason. That's going to be oh my, I thought that was his 3rd pick. All right, do we continue to be aggressive or do we take our points down here? I think we'd be aggressive. Probably looking Thielen coming across. He's not going to be open. X is going to be, though, and that's going to be a touchdown, Panthers. Defense back on the field here. Great first play of the drive, only getting them 1. That's going to be the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. It is 14-14. After the treacherous start, we claw our way back against the Raiders. We've went for it 4 times on 4th, I think, now, and we've been successful all 4 times. So that's definitely helped the situation for sure. When their offense has had a long field, they really haven't been able to do much of anything as they pick up the first down there. That was pretty good coverage. We just couldn't finish the play. Gonna go short to Brock Bowers again. He's gonna break 2 tackles, gonna bring up 2nd and 1. They're gonna no huddle, but they're gonna end up calling the timeout. I didn't see if the time actually ran off or not. Kareem Hunt in the backfield for the Raiders with Gardner Minshew. They're gonna just throw it out to him. Shaq Thompson brings the absolute boom. I like him and Wallace manning the middle. Wallace is a young player who has good speed. They're going to go back into no huddle. No, they're not going to, but they're going to have time run off. They're going to go out to the flat to Brock Bowers again. J.C. Horn comes up, makes the tackle. It's seeming like they're going to get 3 here, but that's what we just got to hold them to. Don't want them to get any more, obviously. And obviously a turnover would be fantastic. And what a catch. Is that Richie James? Is that who just caught that? Because that's insane if that was. We can't cover Brock Bowers. Can't cover him. Gardner Minshew is going to step up and run. They're going to take their final timeout with 22 seconds left. So realistically what I want to do is get a sack here. He's just going to throw it away immediately. I would like to bring some pressure, get a sack, and then they're not going to have time to... You can just keep checking, buddy. They're going to say that Devontae was out of bounds. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. Carlson should knock this one in with ease, one of the best kickers in the game. Right down the middle. It's going to be 17-14. We do. All right, so as I said, they get ball here coming out of half. 17-14. Defense needs to get a stop here pretty early in this drive. Wallace is going to run with Devontae Adams. Not going to have the speed to keep up with him, but he's going to be there to make the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Madison in the backfield. I don't know why they have Madison in on a shotgun formation, but get home. Couldn't quite get home. Derek Brown almost gets to Gardner Minshew. He's able to get it out and away. That's going to bring up a 3rd down. They're going to hand it to Madison. He's going to end up finding his way to the 1st down. My user got stuck in the wash a little bit. Slowed down the time to get there. They pick him up really late on the blitz there. Should have had a tackle for loss, but instead we are there with a 1-yard gain. They have Kareem Hunt as the fullback. That's hilarious, actually. Okay, we can't cover the run even though we blitzed right in the middle. Okay, that's good to know. We're just going to continue to bring some pressure here, I think. They're just going to continue to be able to run on it, I guess. So, maybe the pressure is not the right call. And the center receiver in motion. It's probably going to be an inside zone coming back. It's an RPO. Chase Young gets out there, can't make the tackle. It is 3rd and inches, though. Bringing a corner here on a blitz. Oh, you just checked down right away. All right, now our defense is in a spot where we just need to hold them to 3 again. We get home. Javion Clowney. We got some pass rushers, man. Derek Brown. Okay, we need to make sure Derek Brown's on here. DJ Wanham's in there. Chase Young. I mean, we got a lot of really good pass rushers. We just got to make sure that they're all on the field. This time they are. It's 3rd and 7. They're going to send that guy in motion again. Last time it was a play-action pass. This time Gardner's just going to start the rollout. He's going to throw it away. And that is the stop that we needed. Carlson, again, one of the best kickers in the league. He's probably not going to even come close to hitting the crossbar or missing this. It's probably going to be right down the middle. As it is 20-14 Raiders. All right, offense's first drive here in the 2nd half. We're going to go ahead and get it to Jonathan Brooks. And he is going to find some space to run. 16 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown today. Started off pretty slowly, starting to get his footing a little bit in the game here, as well as our whole team is. Herbert's settled down. He's made some really big throws after starting with those first 2 picks. So he's settled into his new team quite nicely here after the first 2 drives. It's really what we're looking for. He's going to rifle it into Jonathan Brooks. What a catch. What a throw. I want to keep calling Jonathan Brooks Jonathan Stewart, especially in the Panthers uniform. They have both of their X vectors to the right, so we're just going to go ahead and flip it to the weak side, and we're going to run to the left for a 1st down. They were light over there. as Deontay Johnson looks to be hurt for the time being. Not there. We're just going to have Mingo coming behind. Deontay Johnson, dislocated hip. Well, that will make this game even bigger if we can get Davante Adams in the steal. And Jonathan Brooks gets over 100 yards yet again. He has been playing super well. What a great start to his rookie year. We got him in this overloaded look again, and they just didn't adjust. And we're going to actually find the corner of the end zone with Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Panthers. Defense back out on the field. They're kind of put behind the 8 ball because of a really good return by the Raiders. Pressed Davante and he beat him, and I just had to bail on Alexander Madison, but he ended up not going out anyway, so it was fine. But whoa, did I get scared. Boy, was I worried about that one. What a great job by Fuller. Set the edge, stayed disciplined, didn't shoot into the gaps. And he's able to track down Kareem Hunt. Horn's going to run with Adams, which I don't blame him, but that opens up Richie James. He has probably been their best receiver all game. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. The Raiders are back in the field goal range, so this is something where we need to make sure that we hold them to a field goal again, which our defense has been doing a really great job of when they've had to travel the length of the field. That's a really good start. Chase Young in on the tackle as well as Fuller again. He's been playing big here in the second half. One of the veterans here on the defense. They're going to send motion. They're probably going to try to hit Kareem Hunt. Looked like that's what they were trying to do there, but we were able to stay with him enough. Flushed him out of the pocket, and he had to throw it away yet again. They come out in a heavy set, but 3rd and 8, I can't see them running the ball. It was an RPO out to Davante Adams. It's going to be stopped. J.C. Horn with the tackle. They're going to have to settle for yet another field goal. This one's a little bit further, but again, sound like a broken record. Carlson's one of the best kickers in the game. That's going to go right down the middle. It's going to be 23-21 Raiders over the Panthers. Okay, coming back out into this heavy set. It's not quite as overloaded as they had before, but it was enough for us to get around the corner and pick up 13-21 for 135 for our rookie running back, Jonathan Brooks. Again, just a reminder, Derwin makes a really good play on that. Just a reminder, we are without our receiver 1. He has a dislocated hip. That happened last drive. So we were without Deontay Johnson, and we are down here in the game. This clear out play is ridiculous. It's the 3rd or 4th time. Now Thielen's hurt? What is happening? Super light box. We're going to go ahead and give it to Chuba Hubbard. He's going to have a lot of space up the middle of the field. He's going to pick up about 13 yards. How did Thielen get hurt there? What? Herbert comes from the poverty receiver group in LA to now another poverty one as we continue to lose our players on non-passing and when they're not catching the ball. So it must be pretty frustrating for him. What we do have, though, is a two-headed monster in the backfield with Chuba Hubbard and our rookie, Jonathan Brooks. I really need to put Chew Clock on, though, because that's kind of where we're at here in the game. Jonathan Brooks is going to fight forward for a first down. Go ahead and put that on. We're going to get them into this. Yep, they did it again. We're going to run to the weak side. Yes, I'm exploiting this, but they're not figuring it out. I don't understand. Diablo does a great job of getting out there, though, but Jonathan Brooks with the spin move gets in for his third touchdown of the day. That is going to give us the lead. All right, defense back here on the field. Got to come up with a stop here. They're not going to settle for another field goal. Great first play of the drive. They only get one out of the pass play. Down and 9. Clock is moving. We're under 4 minutes here. Again, they're probably in a position where they're not gonna be in a big rush. I don't know if I hit Y if we intercept that, but my Lord, I jumped that. Thought for sure he was just going to go down to the check down, but he ended up not doing the check down. And we get home. Gardner Minshew drops 4th and 11 with just under 3.5 left. This is where we rely on our big guys up front. Use Jonathan Brooks' speed. We're going to get there. He has 25 for 156. He's been playing super well. He's the catalyst of the offense. Herbert, once he gets settled in a little bit, I'm just way more comfortable running in Maddens. I don't know why that's the case, but I just am. So he's the catalyst. Herbert's going to start to get things that he needs to do as well. That's going to be the 2-minute warning, and I'm going to be more comfortable using Herbert than I was young. Herbert can make better throws, tougher throws in situations. It was a really rough start to the game for sure for him. Just throwing the 2 interceptions at start, it was a tough scene, but 3rd and 3. Game on the line, and we get the first down. They use their first time out. We've had very limited success running towards Max Crosby's side, so that's why I keep trying to find plays that we can run away from him. This one, can we flip it? Okay, we can flip it. We're going to move Chuba Hubbard over as well. Jonathan Brooks going to plant and to get upfield. They're going to use their last time out, but that's going to be the end of the game. Another tight win, just like week 1, and that should be the end of the game. We shouldn't have to run any more plays. We should be okay to do it. I wish Madden had what college football does and just runs it all the way out. if it's gonna not come down to anything, but I guess we'll just take another kneel. Again, Jonathan Brooks, big story on the ground, got into the end zone 3 times. Chuba Hubbard came in. He had a couple really nice runs. Herbert settled down after the early 2 picks. And our defense, man, our defense continues to play really, really well. Kind of the highlight of the season outside of Jonathan Brooks, I would say. So they held him to 4 field goals. So realistically, they gave up that 1 touchdown after the interception, and then Jack Jones had that pick 6. So, I mean, realistically, they should only got 12 points, probably all on field goals. That quick change, that sudden change, really wasn't great for the boys, but we find a way to get a win. So here is the wheel for the Raiders. You got Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, Derwin James, Christian Wilkins. Those are the big ones. Morig would be okay as a strong safety. Hobbs would be okay as a corner as well. We just missed out on Brock Bowers. He's the 9th best one. So the top 4 guys, or Morig or Hobbs, are the guys that we're looking to get. So we'll spin the wheel, and we will end up seeing who we get, and it gets to Hobbs. I'll take that. Hobbs is a good young corner. He's got some speed. Oh, I'm so glad we didn't land on Spillane. Oof. He just wouldn't have been usable. We wouldn't have anything to use. So we'll go ahead and trade for Nate Hobbs. I'll show you the updated roster in the next video. I'll also show you all the other trades that ended up happening. I appreciate taking time to watch the video. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, hit the bell if you want a notification when the next upload is posted. I greatly appreciate you. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.